Alright, without further ado, let's get the second half of the competitors started. First up with Mushy99 on the logjam. We had a streak of 25 in a row and you just break it just like that. Well, next up we have Handover Some Robux, who has competed in every tournament since Tournament 2, which is his debut. He failed the first obstacle, the ramp run in that tournament, and then in Tournament 3, he failed the Pokeball. Don't quite remember where he found the last tournament, but he did fail near the first or second obstacle, so either way, it's now a personal best for Hand. On now to the Circle Hammer. Hand, now a bit of a weak swing on that first go, a little bit better, alright. Hand, going a little bit backwards there, alright. But Hand, alright, he's got it under control, it looks like. Hand gets the dismount onto the jumping. Surprisingly, the inside has dealt more damage than the mount. But anyways, Hand onto the crooked wall. Can he get through this? Oh, it doesn't get a jump. Unfortunate. Next up we have Rich Squeaks, who's also making his first appearance. I think he hosts Rich Ninja Warrior, not too sure if it's right. But Rich on now to the Burn Rubber. He's past it, now on to the Circle Hammer. He's onto the rope, now he's gonna swing it across to the other side. Rich gets halfway on his first swing, and that's not looking too good. He's going side to side, that's not what you want to see. Rich, can he recover from this? Rich, he's waiting on the perfect timing to, just like that. Well done, Rich. He's through on out to the jumping, and he goes onto the other side, much instead of the other competitors, goes to the right, that's instead of the left. But onto the crooked wall, this has dealt quite the pack of damage. Rich gets it. He's gonna go backwards for the drink. Oh no, why did it take one swing? No. Well, it is possible to do this in one swing, however, it is recommended that you do it with two, as one is just way too risky. Now, Real Guadagines is onto the logjam, and he just fails the first obstacle as well. We had 25 in a row, no one failing the first two obstacles, and now we have two 1.1 fails in the last 4 runs. Next up, no, it's not his Turd 1, this is not Turtwig 2. Turt's long-lost brother. I say long-lost because we've never heard of him until today. Now he's onto the Burn Rubber, his long-lost brother's creation. He's onto the first one. The second one. Can he make a jump to the third one? No, he cannot. And with that, we're heading to the sunset runs. The sun has now set, and next up is BTS newbie, more commonly known as Jake. Jake has competed 3 times. This is his 3rd appearance. He failed the Pokeball in Tournament 3, but he's earned this high number because of his run in Tournament 2, where he cleared Stage 1, made it to the Salmon Ladder Kudari on Stage 2. He's working very well across the Circle Hammer. That's the run of Veteran. Jake flying through the jump hang onto the crooked wall. Can he get through this? This has been extremely deadly in this tournament, but he gets it. Now he's gonna give it a 1 swing and a 2, and he's across. 57 seconds as he's onto the warped wall. Jake, doesn't get up it in 1, but he still has tons of time left as he goes for his 2nd attempt. Not up it either. 45 seconds left as he goes for his 3rd attempt. He's up it and goes straight into the flying shot. He goes for it, but he just undershoots the bar. Jake, unfortunate. Let's take a look at this. Maybe he was getting a bit too much pressure from his 2 fails on the warped wall. As you can see, he does get up it on his 3rd try, and he goes right into the flying shoe. Let's take a look at this, and did he jump a little bit too late? Alright, let's take a look at this again. So he runs down to 4s, nothing wrong with that, but yeah, he jumps just a little bit too late, doesn't quite get the height. He gets a ton of distance, but that's still not enough. Next up we have CRGYS155, more commonly known as Crushery. Crushery on now to the Burn Rubber. He's onto the first one, the second one, the third one, and he's onto the Circle Hammer. He failed the Pokeball in the last tournament, I think. Was it the 6 steps? I don't remember. There were too many fails on the first and second obstacle in the last tournament. But he is onto the jump hang, and he's quickly across it. Now onto the crooked wall. We just saw Jake beat it. Can he follow his footsteps? Crush taking his time, lining up for it, and he doesn't get a jump, just like Hand from earlier. Next up we have Yas123451, and he is wearing green today. Don't know why, but now he's onto the Burn Rubber. Yes, host Yasuke, I'm pretty sure. I just replaced the front S with a Y. I think that's how you spell that. Anyways, Yas now, weird first push, but he's fixed the situation onto the jumping, and he's across. Goes for the other side, goes for the right side as well. Not many people have done that for some reason. Maybe people are more comfortable with pressing D instead of A. I mean, I do that as well. But he's onto the crooked wall and he makes the mount to the rope, swings his way across to the dismount, and onto the warp wall. Can he get up this in one? Yes. Yes, he can. He's onto the fly. Shoot. Yes, are you serious? I'm actually speechless. I don't know what to say. I do not know what to say. Yes, he just legit jumps off the conveyor and just jumps straight. Just skips the entire flying chute. Which if he did that, he would have got the speed record. The speed record is 34.1. But no, I'm not stopping that time until he goes back to do the flying chute. No, I'm not gonna stop the time. Alright, here, okay, he finally realizes he made the mistake. So now he's onto the flying chute, alright. 15 seconds left, he goes for it. And alright, there we go. Well, that was an interesting run. I'm not sure if that's the right adjective to use. Interesting. I'm just gonna stick to it for now. Anyways, fast forward. Half Mickey Boy Maroon escape. Lost his grip halfway through the circle hammer, and Dylan POMG exploded after he fell into the water on the circle hammer. With that, over the last 40 runs, we have only had 3 clears. Now we're down to the final 10 competitors. And first up is the first of the competitors that made it to stage 3 before. This is Bowsy Pie, who failed the jump hang in the last tournament. He made it all the way to the hang climb on stage 3 in tournament 3, one of 7 competitors to make it to stage 3, but in the last tournament, yeah, it was a bit shocking, but it was a very difficult jump hang, and he wasn't able to overcome it in his actual run. Has a huge crowd with him. There's Home, there's Robotic, who'll be running a little bit later, there's Karumi, who didn't run this tournament. Anyways, Bao now onto the circle hammer. Bao goes for it in one swing. Nice. Bao onto the jump hang. He gets revenge on the jump, and he works his way across the obstacle onto the crooked wall. He didn't face this in the last one because it didn't reach that far, but he's going for it, gets it, going very quickly right now. He could honestly break the speed record, legit, not like Yas. He still has 55 seconds, and he's up the wall and went right into the flying chute. Almost overshoots it, but sticks it. 50 seconds left for the final 2 obstacles. What has gone into his mind since the last tournament? He is flying through. He's onto Mind the Gap, and he's gonna absolutely obliterate the fastest time. 40.2 seconds remaining on the clock. That is a speed record. Bao gets his revenge from the last tournament, beating the jump hang, and it was smooth sailing from there on out. He almost overshoots the flying chute, but he pulls it back together, and he just absolutely destroys the rest of the course, setting a new stage 1 speed record. And next up, we have Tackmeister 11 hoping to follow suit. And there's this tack sign that he made before the run. He said he was special, so he specifically made this sign for himself. Anyways, let's see if this guy can clear stage 1 as well. Tack is a pretty well-known competitor on the Roblox jumping community. He hosts Crass Sasuke, pretty sure that's how you call it. Now it's called Comp, which I'm not too sure what it means. Like, I know it's an acronym, but I'm not too sure what it means. But anyways, let's get back to Tack here. Tack onto the burn rubber. Tack now threw it onto the circle hammer. Can he get through this? If he clears, he's the last. By the way, he is the last newcomer taking on the first stage of this tournament, and if he clears, he'll be the 3rd newcomer to beat stage 1 in this tournament, which is the most ever since tournament 2. I'm not even too sure how many newcomers beat stage 1 in tournament 2. But let's not too care about that. Tack now going for a 3rd swing on the crooked wall, and he's through it. On out to the warped wall with 50 seconds left on the clock, and he's up it in 1 onto the flying chute, goes for it, and he almost comes up short, but he just, okay, jumps back on the chute just like Alex and Home from the last episode. Oh, he just gets bounced off by that bar, but Tack now onto the column climb. Now Mind the Gap, and I think it should be good for Tack. Tack has defeated stage 1 with 24.3 seconds left remaining on the clock. And a success would not stop there. following tag was DJ Dilly, who cleared stage 1 for the first time ever in the last tournament, continued his reign of supreme as he managed to defeat stage 1 for the second tournament in a row. DJ, in fact, is just one of only 3 competitors to have competed in every single tournament, as both Skill and Addison did not compete, and the other one is Dragon Got Hacked, formerly known as Dragon Force 5312. The Grand Champion got his revenge after failing the crooked wall in the last tournament, and then it was smooth sailing from there on out. He managed to beat the Flying Shoe which was his biggest worry, and then he was able to defeat the remaining obstacles to punch his 4th ticket to stage 2, now tying the first stage clear record of 4. The next competitor to take on stage 1 is Robotic Pie. Robotic Pie is once again wearing number 47 for one reason in particular. He has competed 3 times in the past, but the last tournament really was his first true breakthrough. He was one of only 6 competitors to defeat stage 1 in the last tournament, and even better, he made it all the way to stage 3. Getting deep into stage 3 as he cleared the cliffhanger and failed the 5th out of 7 obstacles, the Frame Fitter. Despite this, however, Robotic has shown that he can cope to the new course, and he looks to defeat stage 1 once again. Will he make it back to stage 3, or will he fall short of his goals? Robotic now on to the logjam. He's been much more consistent now than before, but Robotic, we know that anyone can make mistakes. He's still human, so let's hope that he can make it back to stage 2. Robotic now going quickly through the circle hammer, and he is on to the jumping. Robotic sticks the mount and quickly getting through the inside and onto the crooked wall. What's his strategy here? Cameraman, move! Alright, now Robotic quickly moving across. Is he challenging Bao for the fastest time? I don't know. Robotic onto the warped wall, but he doesn't get up into 1. That ruins any chance of getting the speed record. But can he get up into? Yes, he can. Onto the flying chute. Got it. And gets out the other side. 40 seconds left. Not gonna get the fastest time, but it's still gonna be a quite speedy clear nonetheless. Can he get sub 30? Doesn't quite look like it. But Robotic is gonna beat stage 1 yet again with 28.9 seconds left on the clock. Next up is Ninja712, the All-Star. Min is one of only 3 competitors now to have competed in every single tournament alongside DJ and Dragon, but his record is the best among the 3. He has never failed stage 1 ever in the first 4 tournaments. While he's only ever made stage 3 twice, he capitalized on both of them, making it all the way to the last jump in both of those appearances. With Skill not competing today, Min could become the first competitor to ever clear stage 1 in 5 tournaments, let alone 5 in a row. But first, he has to defeat stage 1, which he has done 4 times in the past. But this stage 1, you cannot take it for granted. He is now onto the burn rubber. Min quickly moving across it onto the 3rd one, and he's onto the circle hammer. Min, we can expect him to clear. I mean, come on now, he's an all-star. He's completed stage 1 every time he's competed in, but he's on now to the jump hang, quickly through it, and now working through the inside onto the crooked wall. Can he get through this? Min, alright, he goes for the wall. No! Min, what just happened? Min, oh my gosh. Min, let's go back to the circle hammer. He is one of the few competitors to get past circle hammer. It's been so deadly, but what happened on this crooked wall? He tries to go for the wall hop, but he just doesn't quite make it. Min, let's take a look at the replay here. In super slow motion. Min, you can see, so far so good on the run-up, but as he jumps, he wraps around a bit too late and can't get back to the wall to wall hop. There's a time limit for you to wall hop it, and he was just 2 off the time limit. He jumps a little bit too, he flicks a little bit too late, and it's out. The next to last competitor to take on stage 1 this tournament is Cyrus Zero in UK. Cyrus is most known for his tournament 2 run, where he became the first competitor to ever advance to the final stage. With the title of Grand Champion on the line, Cyrus did his best to get up the tower, but he was just half a second off from becoming the first Grand Champion. And he was on his way to making it back to the tower in the last tournament, but a slight mishap on the final obstacle on stage 3 cost him that opportunity. But now Cyrus is going for his second final stage to become the first competitor to ever do so. Cyrus now quickly threw the logjam onto the burning rubber. He just saw Min fail stage 1, so hopefully that wouldn't affect his mood. But Cyrus is quickly through. We know Cyrus can do it. He's not failed before stage 3 in either of his last 2 appearances. But Cyrus now quickly, a little bit hung up here on the circle hammer. But he's across it. And now he's onto the jump hang. No problems with that. A little bit slow to the inside, nothing wrong with that. But onto the crooked wall. This is where Mid just went out. Can he do it? Cyrus, he goes for it. Got it. Cyrus now goes for a very aggressive swing there. 50 seconds left as he's onto the warped wall. And he's up it in 1 onto the flying chute. Goes for it. A safe jump. And he's across. Now Cyrus is quickly across. And now he's onto the last 2 obstacles. Beginning of the column climb. And now mind the gap. Don't remember to not mind the gap. And he's done it with 29.5 seconds remaining on the clock. Well done, Cyrus. You're moving on once again. The final competitor to take on stage 1 is Brian the One, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was supposed to be Skillico, however it didn't compete, and Brian is competing for him for one reason: his performances on Sasuke Dynamite.
見えてきた。完全制覇へは間もなくもうそこだ。初の完全制覇10回目の挑戦で決めた。
Brian became the 5th ever Grand Champion on Sasuke Dynamite when he skilled 100 monkey bars on his way to total victory. And with that, Brian has earned this number 50. He is competing for Skillico, and of course Skillico is watching him run. But can Brian do it? Can he back up Skill? In fact, Skill is actually the competitor he has held so many records. But now he has passed the torch over to Brian. And now Brian is onto the circle hammer, right into it. Is he challenging Bao for the fastest time? I think he is. Goes for the outside. Ooh, thinking outside the box here. Yes, that is allowed. I didn't say it wasn't. But he's onto the crooked wall, right into it. Dude, this could actually be a second speed record in the making. He still has a minute left onto the warp wall, up it in 1, right into the flying chute, and he just quickly jumps off. And this could be it. He has just over 10 seconds to do it. Come on, Brian. He's gonna do it. Brian, he's gonna annihilate another stage 1. Look at the time. 42.6 seconds remaining on the clock. That is the run worthy of a Sasuke Dynamite Grand Champion. Brian was absolutely annihilating this entire course, going off the outside on the jump hang, the first one to do it this tournament. Very creative, and he just doesn't even pause to catch his breath on the flying chute. And from there on out, it was smooth sailing until the end. And with that, Brian will join the list of the competitors clearing stage 1 in this tournament. Well done, Brian. And with that, all 50 competitors have taken on stage 1. The results in this tournament were a huge step up from the last 2 tournaments where we only had just a very small amount. In this tournament, we had 10 competitors clearing stage 1, 3 of which are newcomers, and another 2 doing them for the first time, which were Super SpongeBob 303 and Brian the One 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overcoming previous stage 1 fails. The competitors in this tournament were a huge variety. And while we did have a few shocking failures along the way, we continue to see our competitors continue to do well, knowing that they can adapt to this new course. Seeing competitors continue their reign like Robotic Pie, DJ Dilly, and Cyrus 08 UK, as well as Brian the One 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will all be advancing to stage 2. Let's take a look at the clears. The first one to break through was 3 Koroki Weeks, then Super SpongeBob 303, Yas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, Bowsy Pie, Tackmaster 11, DJ Dilly, Dragon Got Hacked, Robotic Pie, Cyrus 0 UK, and Brian the One 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the next episode, the finale of Perhaps Sasuke Tournament 5, these final 10 competitors will give it all they've got to take down Stage 2. Who will have the resistance, the will, and the heart to withstand the might of Stage 2 and advance to Stage 3, which has undergone quite the redesign following skills Stage 3 clear in the last tournament, and who will be able to scale Stage 3 and make it to Stage 4 Skill Tower and earn the right to become the second Grand Champion. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'm sorry for delaying this episode for this long. I will say this, Craft Sasuke Tournament 5 Episode 3 will premiere on July 29th, so get your calendars ready, and I'll see you on that day. For now, I'm Craft Battle Duty 0828, farewell everybody.